Hello everybody, good evening. I hope we're all having a fine Saturday evening. We are here for the for AVC round number 8 here at F1's brand new circuit in Madrid, the Mad Ring. As I'll quickly get a track map of you all on screen quickly. As you'll be able to see, here's the track map. 22 corners, 3.365 miles long, and just a one active aero zone. Well, it should be two, but yeah. It'll be a very technical track, this one. Obviously, it's brand new this year for the F1 game and the real-life drivers as well, because they will have to deal with it in a couple months' time. So it'll be interesting to see how the real-life drivers do around this track, and it'll be also interesting to see how these F1 drivers today do around this lovely track, as one of the VMVs is again DSQ'd, but that's understandable. Hey, leave my thumbnail alone. It's like, yes, I got it done by AI. It was cheaper getting it done by AI than having somebody custom do it. Okay, leave me alone. And to be fair, to me, it looks fucking cool. But anyway, I'll get you quickly the last week's results. So obviously, Jack for FST won the race with Legion again second, and Sam Lewis, Raphael, Gio, Rexy, Chris Cheap, Paulos, then Callum, Polymac, Christoph, Finn, Sarushi, and then Finn, Luca, and Rev Rob picking up the last points. We had 20 drivers last week. Obviously, this week we do have a few shortages. Valaris only have one driver today. AMS don't have a lineup. VMV only got one driver as well. So we're only down to 15. And obviously, one of the WRL drivers is not in the lobby either. They have not even pinged me to get in. I'll quickly bring up some points for you. So here's some points. Ryan Bannock at the top of the points for the drivers, and he is racing today, so expect him to get some more points. But that's not important right now. What's more important is not that. It is this. Here you go. As we've got Valaris at the top with 111 points. They can technically claim the title today if they just outscore QDR by at least 10, maybe 10 points, I think, if I do some quick maths in my head. Because obviously for the win you get 25 seconds, 22 plus the point for fastest lap and pole. That's a grand total of 49. Oh yeah, well, it depends how QDR does today. If they outscore Valaris by quite a lot, then they still have a chance at Brazil. But it could be anyone's game. But well, without further ado, we'll head into qualifying as people are doing their laps. As speaking of Ryan Bannock, our championship leader, we're riding on board with here. So I'll just quickly get this track map on, but he's invalidated. That's good to not good to see. As Gotto here is definitely on a lap. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of lap times these drivers do. Also as well, Madrid being a street circuit, it can have its flaws. So that's why be Nara and Tristy is Saruchi's first one to get a lap on the board, a 1:30.110. As Bannock's going to start again. As who's next across the line? Will it be Mulder? I think it's Mulder. Yep, here goes IRT Mulder then, out last corner, across the line, goes provisional pole as WR Lucas. Obviously, from what I know, Lucas was the owner of WRL, but obviously he's now on FST as Gotto's gone up to P2. Like I say, it's still all on for second in the points as Lennart Deckers has gone up to the top of the board. First one into the 28s. Good lap there for him. As the IRT of Adam only done good enough for, well, slowest of everyone so far, 1:30.6. And one thing to know, there is a couple like chicanes you can cut. As I think Morgan's invalidated, so he's not going again. Leon should start a lap. Joe Massey is invalidated his lap. Luke Mills is doing an inters run, surprise. Whoa, this is a shocker. Oh, wow. Well, he's not the only one who's doing an inters run. Morgan Lewis also doing one as well. But he still has time to do a lap, but he keeps going slow because I think he keeps invalidating his lap. He also needs to be careful not to get himself disqualified. So, well, if Lewis Morgan can beat Luke Mills of 137.8, it'll be good enough. The question is, will Luke Mills go again? He has... Technically, since he did start this lap before 12 minutes, he can finish it and it can still count. Morgan, unfortunately, 12 minutes is now ticked under, so if he starts a lap now, it'll be invalidated. He needs to just get his butt into the pits, but I think he's going to go for an inters run, but this lap will sadly not count. As is Luke Mills going a bit faster? Because his first one was set. Now he's down. Alright, so he'll be backing off then. So we've got Mulder also doing a lap. Bannock also doing a lap. So it's about 1 minute 30 a lap around this track. So yeah, it looks like Luke Mills is going to be the only one to do an inters lap because Morgan should be pulling into the pits, and I need a track map. So I'll just go get the clipboard out and the Mad Ring track map. That is Zandvoort. That's Monza. There we go. Found me the track map. There we go. The one thing I didn't grab out when I was sorting everything was the track map. There we go. So I need that. So he's off into the pits. Oof. Lewis Morgan just clattering the wall there. Oh, massive lockup to go over. And into the wall. I think that'll be him into the pits because he is getting nowhere near Luke Mills' 137. But he's still going to finish it anyway. Brother, you've hit the wall so many times and you're 5 seconds off his pace, even though it doesn't matter. So I'll have to make sure Valaris gets that extra point at the end of the season. Because for some reason when I update him on the companion app, it lets me add the points to the drivers, but not the points to the teams, which is very annoying. So I'm going to have to make a custom graphic at the end of the season with the updated points, with inters laps added onto it. So you'll have to bear with me because I have to do a lot of maths at the end of the season. That is pain that my phone actually gets picked up by the thing. I should probably stick my phone on mute. There we go. Phone can be on mute for the time being. Morgan needs to stop getting in the way of other drivers. Right, who's on a lap? Is Half Snow on a lap? I think he is. Oh, that was close to it. That was very close to track limits of, what was that? Turn 9? So, right, who's... We've got everyone starting laps. Mulder is 4/10 up. Banik is starting one. Shruchi's invalidated, so he'll start another one. Adam also invalidated, so let's do another one. You just started. Pascal also just started. Luke Mills is on a flyer. So it looks like it's half snow. Unless it's Mulder. No, it's Mulder going to be next across the line. He's 4 tenths off his previous best. But in the end, it's only just under 3 tenths a second. Not enough to get into the 28s. If he had those 4 tenths as he came through the final sector, he could have gone ahead of Mr. Deckers. But did not. So now we've got on board half snow. As he seems to have screwed up his lap somewhere, so he's now doing another one. We've got Adas here. Coming through the last couple of corners. Around the final corner then for this Phil QDR. Where's he go? Up to P5. Which is a nice place to be. And it looks like it's Luke Mills next to corner across the line. Inter's pole acquired for Lucas Mills. Will he get anywhere near provisional pole? No. He is a second and 3 tenths off. But he may have made a mistake as we got Mr. Deckers here. Goes even faster. 3 times faster. Doing a 28.613. As we now got Adam across line, but he's invalidated, so we start a new lap. Got Lucas next. He shoots up to P3. As we've got Sorochi into the pits. Not happy with his laps. He's got Bannock going across the line, but he's invalidated, so he's going to go again. Pascal Nub starting again. His teammate is gone up to P10. As Leon is in the pits. Who just shot at the ball? Someone just shot the ball. Oh, it's Half Snow. Half Snow just shooting up to P6. That's good for All Elite Racing. They need a good result today, because I will, well, after qualifying, I will bring on the points more clearly so I can go through them, because I say it's a very close battle for the last 2 places in the money. As they're all coming into the pits, I don't know if Adam is running again. I think he is, because he's pretty much going at full pace. He's got low fuel, but he's burning battery. So I would assume he's just going straight back to the pits. No, he's actually going to finish his lap. Alright then. Adam for IRT then out the last couple of corners after clattering some walls. He's 3 tenths up. He's 3 tenths up on his previous best. And up to P10. As Lewis Morgan here then for Titan Esports coming through the middle sector here, coming towards what is turn 13. Man, I should try to find somewhere to sit this up. There we go. Oh, he's also got some wing damage. Oh, he's picked up some more wing damage. And massive lockup. That's that set tight. Okay, Lewis, you need to be careful, otherwise you're gonna break that car completely. Isaac, I don't care where you qualify as long as you don't break the car. Because right now, until unless Gladdy has responded to me. Nope. Gladdy has not responded to me, so we could only be going with 15 drivers. So if that is the case, as long as you don't crash, you will get points. Gotto's. Looks like Gotto here is doing a double out lap. It looks like Bannock is only just coming into the pit, so he needs to be quick if he wants to get out for another run. He's down in P5. He wants to be further up the field. I assume Leon here is also doing a double out lap. No, he's actually going quicker. He's 5 tenths up. He has 5 tenths up on his previous best time as Leon, as he's coming now down towards turn number 20. Oh, but he's fluffed it! Oh, but he's fluffed it and gone absolute straight on at turn 20. That is not what he wants to happen. Especially being on a fast lap, he's got no battery left. Unless he can recharge it all by the time the last corner comes around. But that is unfortunate for Leon. He's going to try and recharge it. Jesus Christ, how is he recharge that battery? Well, I guess you do forget sometimes that these batteries on these cars recharge faster than they usually do. So Leon able to go again with a full battery. As I believe the next person to probably finish a lap here would be Sorochi. I think he'll be the next one to finish a lap. As he's coming around the banking of turn number 12. And now coming towards turn 13. It's very hard to commentate qualifying. And obviously it's even worse when it comes to this track where you just don't have any information. As Sorochi's 5 tenths up on his previous best time. As he's now coming through the final sector. Coming around turns 18 and 19 here. Oh, big bash on the wall. The front wing's still intact though, so it's just wheel bangs. Oh, little slide there, so he's going to probably lose some of that 5 tenths he gained in the middle sector. So Sorochi currently P8 with a 130.1. How's it going to be? Across the line, it is a 4 tenth improvement, even with the clatter on the wall, and stays P8 though. But he's into the 29s. Half Snow starting his lap. But this, I think, will be starting his lap. Yeah, that's a clatter on the wall, so he's definitely starting a lap. Leon's bailed out of his lap, so Leon's done. Luke Mills has just started, so it's Adam. So it'll be next to Pascal Nub then. Coming at last corner for Pascal. Improves his time by 7 times, but only good enough for P12. And just ahead of his teammate, who's then going to be the next one to come across the line. As checkered flag is now out. Joe Massey out last corner, up to line, 4 tenth improvement, up to P10. Next is a McLaren, which I do believe is this one. It is Lewis Morgan. And he's clattered the wall again. He keeps getting that turn all wrong. But oh, he got that one wrong as well. Cross itself still improves, but still, that's just terrible, bro. But I'm gonna give him some slack because he is still learning NA and he has had 0 practice on this track, so we'll give him a break. Looks like Sorochi will be next, but I don't think he's actually on a lap. So after him is Mercedes. That is Half Snow at last corner for Half Snow. Up to line, 200th improvement, stays where he is. Red Bull of Deckers is not improved. Neither of these is a Williams. Luke Mills does improve, but only up to P8. Next is some thing as Adam, no improvement there. Next is the 2 Alpines as Adis and Ryan just not improving. Lucas next across the line then. Does he improve? Just a little bit. Gets ahead of Gotto, who's invalidated and is coming slow around the last corner. And then, last but not least, Leon will just put it in the bin. So now we'll get on to when Leon gets it in the pits and retires that car. We should be able to get going for the main race. But I'll quickly bring up some team points for you. So here you are, some team points then. So QDR then in second place with 152 points. They are 34 ahead of FST, who are then a further 1 point ahead of All Elite Racing. So it is very close here for the last two spots in the money. If QDR has one bad race, then FST and All Elite Racing can take advantage. But anyway, we'll just get those off screen so we can go through the final classification of the qualifying here. As Leonard Deckard's predict qualifiers on pole 4/10 faster than Mulder. Then it's Lucas, Gotter, Ryan, Addis, Half Snow, Luke Mills, Shirushi, Leon, Jamas, Adam, Pascal, Lewis, and then Zen at the back with the quali ban because yeah. Still nothing from Gladdy, so it is now too late for him. So, yeah, he will not be racing. So anyway, back to the points. Then for his Alien in 5th place with 93. If they Alien race today, they could have had an outside chance of getting anywhere near the next 3, but unfortunately not. WRL has had a bad week last week, so they're pretty much out of the money as well. And then obviously it's IRT in 7th. Then Heli Dad Racing, and then obviously we ignore F1AF, X7M, and it's VMV in 11th, and then Titan Esports at the bottom. Had a very abysmal season they have had this year. Also, well, not this year, just this thing. Just quickly ping the drivers when they can ready up. It is 29, so ready up at XX31. Oh, I forgot to, for God's sake. There we go. They know when to ready up anyway. So is ghosting on for back markers. I'll say if anyone becomes a back marker, they'll just kindly get out the way. But yeah. So obviously now we just wait for drivers to finalize their setups, their race strategies, their fuel consumption, and whatever else they need to do. And then we should be able to get on the way. As I'm just going to turn that down just a bit. There we go. Oh, I hear a time ticking down, so we should be getting on the way very shortly then. Right, that's here we are. Lights are on. Leonard Deckers from pole. Will he lead to finish? Lights are, and away we go then for the Madrid GP then. It looks like it's a good getaway from Morgan Lewis at the back. He's just getting like 4 places at turn 1 almost. What a good start. But it's also a good start for Lucas ahead of Mulder straight away into P2. So it's an FST 1-2 right now, which is a good start. It looks like Ryan's got ahead of Gotter, who's ahead of him. They're all fighting, squabbling towards the back, but they're all making it through very quick. Whoa, again, some contact there between a few of them through the middle sector. As we now come, through the first sector, as we're coming through the middle sector. As I just need to get that on. There we go. So it looks like Leonard Deckers is breaking away from his teammate quite a bit, but it's understandable. some people probably practice this, some people have not, as Mulder trying to get past Lucas there for P2, but not able to, as Bannock is going to try and keep up with these guys. They're all keeping up with each other right now, as we've got Tsurushi here on the back of Half Snow, as they're all coming through the middle sector. As looks like they're all calmed down a little bit, as Adam's getting past Pascal and Nub, as Zen has lost the 1 second to Leon ahead of him, but he does have a McLaren for company. Let's have a look at his positioning is. Not many gained, obviously Zen has gained 3 off the start, and everyone else has like gained 2, gained 1 or lost 1, unless you're Adam and Pascal. And then here's your tyres. We got Leon and Zen and Goto all start on the hards, but everybody else is on the medium tyres. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in this race. As it looks like Adam is getting past Lewis has like Morgan and Pascal and Adam both getting past Lewis Morgan at the back there. But Lennart Decker's then still leading away here. He's keeping his team within that 1 second, but I don't. I think as soon as he breaks that 1 second, he's just gone. FST clearly sending their best drivers today, because they clearly want that second place from QDR, and obviously the QDR drivers are currently in 4th and 6th, as we've got Mulder hit up the inside of Lucas. Well, tried to get the inside of Lucas there at turn 13, but didn't quite get it. He's still side by side, the two drivers are, as we're coming around turns 16 and 17, but he's still there, going to go around the outside here of turn 19, and then because the inside and gets ahead, as it looks like Ryan Bannock was going to have a little look, but Mulder into second place here, then on this second lap of 29 laps around this lovely track. As Lennart Deckers is 2 seconds ahead of the rest of the field, and this part consists of Mulder at the front with Luke Mills, the very last person at the back of the train. So let's just keep an eye on these guys. These guys are slowly breaking away from Adis, who's almost 1 second behind these guys. So it looks like Luke is here going to have a look at the chicane, contact between the two drivers, but looks like they all get through perfectly unscathed, but looks like Ryan Bannock's going to try and take advantage and try and go around the outside, but nope, has to back out of the move. Lucas with the ambitious move up the inside did leave the space for Mulder, but then shoved him off at the next corner. So that would go to Stuart. And I think I know what's happened to Morgan. He's just miles back. I think he broke his wing again. Bro needs to learn how to use brakes. As it looks like Bannock is trying to get around the outside here of Mulder for P3. This will be a very important move for Bannock if he can get it, because he wants to get as many points as possible for QDR. Same with Adis, if humanly possible. And so they're trying their absolute hardest. Looks like they're all relatively calm down. Looks like Joe Mass and Leon have caught up the back of these guys. As it looks like Leon's trying to get ahead of the Helidad driver. Will he try to do it into turn 1? Nope. Like turn 1 will be a chance to try and do something. Oh, that is a Williams around. So I don't know what's happened to Luke Mills there. I don't know if that's from his own misfortune. So that is not good for Valaris. Obviously, he can still claim points today, obviously, because there was only thing drivers as Adam picks up the first 3 seconds of this race for track limit violations. As Leon is getting ahead of Joe Massier there for P9. We'll look to try and catch Shirushi, who's driving behind Half Snow, as Mulder still very close to the back of Lucas, but just, I guess, biding his time, waiting to get ahead. As Lewis Morgan now picks up 3 seconds. Oh, track limit violations, second person in this race. And he's also... what's he done? Oh, he's bottled it at the chicane. And he's severely broke his wing. Alright, brother. Keep it out the walls. It looks like Half Snow into... oh no, Half Snow not in the pits. Half Snow making a mistake. Half Snow made a mistake. Has lost quite a lot of his front wing there. So I wonder what's happened there between Half Snow. Because this is a Cerrucci in a very bad spot. I don't know if it was contact between himself and the McLaren, but... I really hope not, as Gotto is getting ahead of Bannock. As now Adams spun as well. This is interesting. So it clearly shows that some people have practiced, some people have not. Because Lennart Deckers is like 5 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. We've not even completed 5 laps. We've not even completed 5 laps, and he is almost 5 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Like, that's amazing. Cerrucci has come up to Adis though, but Adis has just lost the back of his teammate. Trying to get back in as Lewis Morgan retiring from the session. He's clearly just had enough. Bad day at the office for him, as Leon's getting ahead of Cerrucci for what is P7, as Half Snow picks up 3 seconds for track limit violations. I'll probably get a Lewis Morgan in the YouTube chat shortly to thing. That's Cerrucci. Ooh, very close to the wall there. But Leon has slowly caught Adis. Adis has lost his teammate. Gotto all over the back of Mulder here. Will Gotto have a look up the inside? We don't even get to the chicane, and the Mercedes is now up into P3, and he's looking very racy, as Adam getting 10 seconds of speed in the pits, and that is a retirement from Adam as well. Down to 13 drivers. I don't know why people are retiring. You get points regardless of where you finish, because there's 15 drivers. But I guess if you just don't want to race, then that's fine. As Gotto going to try to go up the inside here then of the Red Bull and gets ahead. Oh, the Red Bull, a bit of a wobble there. But this explains a lot. He's on the harder tyres. That's why he's already blistering ahead. These guys behind him on the medium tyres. And look, he's already built. He's only just barely got past these guys. He's almost broken a second to him already. Like, that is ridiculous. Gotto was just, yeah, broke a second. Like, the detection point for the battery boost is just before the pit lane. Like, he just crossed it, and yeah, he's ahead. So Gotto will now try to catch up to the front last, as Adis is into the box for his first stop. It'd be interesting to see is how long people stay out on these medium tyres, because I am told they do not last very long around this track, but has last forever. So we'll have to see what people do. Oh, is Lucas getting a bit wrong there, cutting across the chicane there, so he might have picked up a warning for that. As they've lost 2 seconds to Gotto. But Gotto has taken... I just want to point out, Gotto, when he overtook Lucas, was 5.7 behind Deckers. He's taken 7 tenths out of him. So those hards are definitely in the right place right now, as Adis picks at 3 seconds for track limits. As Half Snow obviously in the pits for longer than everyone else because he had to have a front wing change. As Mulder has left the session, which is not good. That is not good. Yeah, that is not good. So let's see if we can try to invite him very quickly. So yeah, sorry, you'll see a pause menu for a second. We'll send him an invite. He'll get that in a second. Well, he'll pick that up. So he'll be able to should be able to rejoin as fast as possible. But Lucas picking up 3 seconds for track limits. As Mulder's AI is staying out, but Lucas is in. Leon on the alternate strategy stays out. He's on the hards. Bannock also in. So Goto, Leon and Zen are all on the hards. They stayed out. Lucas, Adis, Pascal, Nub and Half Snow all pitted. Bannock's also in the pits. Just half the grid left to pit. Theirs depends, and then we move on. Hopefully Mulder does get that invite I did send him, because it'll be a shame if he does not. So I have sent him another. I have sent him an invite. So that does suck. As German here is getting past. Well, him and Luke Mills both getting past Sarushi here. I assume all these guys will be into the pits as Luke Mills here and Sarushi trying to go around the outside of Luke Mills. But does not. Oh, does not. But clatters into the wall barrier there. But thankfully it's tire on the barrier, so he's okay. But I think any harder, and that could have been a whole wheel off of that McLaren. As Mulder and Zen are fighting, but Zen is ahead of Mulder. Like I said, I've sent Mulder an invite as Deckers is into the pits, as Goto now takes the race lead. He'll be. How far ahead of Leon is he? About 7 seconds. Goto picking up 3 seconds for track limits. Now he's 4 seconds ahead. As Mulder's AI stays out for another lap. Interesting. So, Joe Mass staying out. Same with Sarushi. What happened to Luke Mills? He lost a lot of time. He was with Joe Mass and Sarushi, but is not right now, which is a shame. Let's see. Not sure why Mulder's not back in this session. I have sent him an invite, as these two are catching up to him rather quickly. I might need to send Mulder another invite. Asking for the invite, so I'll quickly just send him one. 1 second, everyone. I do apologise for the pause menu. Where is it? Where's I? Have I gone past I? No, I have not. Yes, I have. I've sent him an invite before. He is not online. Oh, the rest of the drivers. I want to say Sarushi and Luke Mills are now into the pits for their one stop. There's about the 2 teammates here for QDR, as Bannock's just going to go ahead over this. So got Deckers here just going flying past Mulder. So I'm just trying to. Yeah, it is. Just quickly, just see if I can send him another one. I do apologise for the pause menu. If I had a co-coms, they would be the one inviting. Nah, I don't see them online. They'd be like right here somewhere if they were online. Yeah, they're not online. As Bannock in 3 seconds. As I just tagged him, said he's not online. So we've got a bit of gaps. Obviously, Mulder's AI is finally pitted. Same with Jomas. They've both pitted. As Sorochi's gonna come out a bit ahead of him, as so is Pascal Nub's gonna come out ahead of his teammate. As Lennart here is gonna try and catch Zen first, who was 4 seconds up road for him, and then it's got obviously Goto, Leon, and Zen have not pitted because they're on the harder strategy. They started with the hard tyres as Hasto picking up another 3 seconds for track limits. There's your tyres, and there's your pedals. Goto, Lucas, Bannock, and this all picking up 3. Hasto got 6. As Mulder has finally pinged me on Discord saying 1 sec, so should try. Once he says try now, I'll explain. So I say he's currently here at the back. As Lennart Deckers is set fast up the race, so 1:31.485. So Goto's in the lead by 5 seconds ahead of Leon, who's then 5.5 ahead of Zen, who's then only 2 seconds ahead of Lennart. As Lennart is trying his hardest to catch that VMV driver, the sole VMV. And he was 2.2 ahead, the VMV driver. But out of nowhere, Lennart has just caught him up like crazy. And the VMV driver does not even want to fight him. There we go. Mulder has finally rejoined. He did get the invite I sent him earlier. So that is good. And obviously now Lennart needs to catch 6 seconds to Leon ahead. As Bannock is fighting here with Lucas over P5. He's dropped his teammate. But these guys are both 13 seconds ahead of Shiroshi. But they do have older tyres than the McLaren. By a couple laps. And we've got the 2 Aldis here with Luke Mills fighting over P9. As Pascal Nub is behind his teammate. And we've got Half Snow here by himself, being chased by a Mulder who's finally rejoined the session. So we're going back over this battle with Bannock chasing Lucas. It'll be interesting to see when Bannock tries to get past Lucas. As Sarushi is slowly catching a diss, he's now got the gap under 13 seconds. Oh, has Bannock been a little mistake there somewhere? I think he has. But he's still within the 1 second though. As Luke Mills and Pascal are really close together, so we're going to go on board here with this. Ooh, I thought Luke Mills was going to have a look past Pascal Nub here. These two very close together. As Luke Mills is all over the back of that Aldi. And here he goes with the battery up the inside of what is turn 13. So that wasn't even turn 13, that was turn 10, sorry. That was turn 10, get it right, you muppet. Oh well. Well, looks like Luke Mills has already dispatched of one Aldi and he's almost got back in the 1 second of the other Aldi. He's trying to, he's also broken away from the other Aldi. So, yeah, it's clear to see that some people are alright at this track and some people just not. As Mulder is slowly catching Half Snow further back. As obviously, will Luke Mills get the battery boost? He needs to get it up the line. Nope. Nope, he's not got it. That is unfortunate, because he is now within the second of the Aldi here. And the Aldi is like 3 seconds back from Suresh. He's, like I say, slowly catching the disc, but I don't know if he'll catch the disc by the end of the race. We've got Bannock here still chasing the back of Lucas. So obviously as well, Bannock will be looking to try to pick up as many points as humanly possible for today. Obviously because he is a championship leader in the drivers. Obviously with the prize pool in NA, it is split across first, second and third. And then there's an extra €10 for the person with the most championship points, which currently is Bannock. And with him racing today, he'll get some more points. If I remember correctly, P6 will get 14, I think. Something like that. Half Snow is on 9 seconds of pens now. Alright then. So Half Snow just wants to finish this race, then he'll pick up some points. Bear in mind, if he does want to try and for fastest lap towards the end of the race, there is an extra point for the fastest lap. Because pole point went to Deckers, and then Luke Mills got the Inter's pole lap. So be interesting as Luke. Oh, I was gonna say they finally caught Zen. So now Zen will probably try to get out of the way of Ryan Bannock, because obviously his fight is not with them. He has not pitted yet in this race. So that is understandable, and obviously Lennart Deckers is right out the back of Leon here. So the question is, when will these guys on the alternate strategy will pit? I don't think they'll pit anytime soon at all. I think after lap 20, somewhere after that. But Lennart Deckers is just way too quick for these guys. FST clearly sending one of their best drivers today to try and close up to QDR in the points, and there he goes round the outside of Leon and up into P2. Well, now we'll try and catch Gotto ahead, who's 5 seconds up the road, as Jomas picking up 3 seconds for track limits. As Bannock is still right on the back here of Lucas. We're just can't make his mind up when he wants to go for the move. As I say, his teammate further behind is just struggling, because Shoshi is catching him but not catching quick enough, as Bannock now picking up another 3 seconds for track limits violations. That's putting him on 6. And Joe Might here being caught by a Luke Mills, but as Luke here not really challenging him. Shiroshi now picks up 3 seconds for track limit violations. So we're down to 6 drivers. It's Half Snow into the pits again. This will be his second stop. So he'll also on his not his outlap, the lap after, he'll probably try and go as fast as humanly possible to pick up fastest lap of the race, take it away from the FST driver. We're on lap 16 here. Obviously got. Oh, what's happened further back? Oh, Jomas has spun it. Jomas has made a mistake somewhere, and as Luke Mills has gone straight ahead of him. And Mulder has actually caught up past Gondop and taken him. So Mulder is slowly recovering from his AI and refusing to box him. There's your pens. So looking very thingy. Ooh, bit of a step out of the rear there for Mulder. So that's not going to help him. He's going to lose a little bit of time to the Aldi ahead of him, but it doesn't look like he's lost too much, as Luke Mills is not really catching Shiroshi, but Shiroshi's catching thing as Mulder picks up 3 seconds now for track limits. We're down to 5 drivers left without track limit warnings. As Adis has finally caught up Zen. Obviously Zen has not pitted yet in this race. And there goes Zen, he's just going to go wide and let Adis straight through. Obviously because Zen hasn't pitted yet. He probably will pit in the next few laps. Same with Leon and Goto. It's just when they decide to is beyond me. Because I don't have much information on this track. But obviously as well, as a half snow into the pits to retire from the session. Interesting. Why is he retiring? He didn't even tap to go for fastest lap. I don't know why he's retiring. He should not have. As Jomas has made another mistake and Mulder's just going flying past. Yeah, I don't know why he's retired. He should not have, because he could have gone for fastest lap. Because if you, as I say, you got points all the way down to 15th in this series. Points all the way down to 15th. So if you carried on going, it would have got some more points for All Elite Racing, who is trying to challenge for P2 in the standings. They're fighting with FST and QDR. Right now, FST are 2nd and 4th. Going to pick up a big chunk of points. And we've got Banik and Adis in 5th and 6th respectively, as Luke Mills is getting past Shurishi. So, oh, Shurishi making a small overstep down the rear, going out that corner, so that's not going to help him very much. Obviously Zen still has not pitted, but obviously he's going long in this race. Same with Leon, he's not pitted either. As out of nowhere, Lennart Deckers has caught Goto. As I say, they've done 17 laps on those hard tyres, so they've not pitted, and don't think they will do anytime soon. Ooh, Decker's going to go for it. Pascal not pick up 3 seconds. Zen is into the pits for his one and only stop. So it looks like he's going to do 10 laps on those hard medium tyres. As Lennart Deckers is now into the lead of this race ahead of Goto, who's then another 5.5 seconds ahead of Leon, who's then finished Shurishi picking up another 3 seconds for track limit violations. Oh, that's a bit of a mistake there from Lucas, I think I just saw. As Luke Mills now picking up 3 seconds for track limits. So, looks like it's just Lennart, Leon and Zen who've not picked up track limit pens yet. So obviously, it's understandable that they've picked up track limits pens because this track is pretty much brand new. It recently just joined the F1 real life calendar, so obviously it got added to the game. And obviously, I'm going to state my opinion of this track. It is absolute garbage and I wish it was never made. Because the Spanish Grand Prix home has been the Barcelona track for the longest time and it should never have changed. And I just have something against street circuits. Damn walls. So these guys still fighting over P4, so Banik is just really not challenging Lucas at all. I assume Banik's just waiting for the last couple of laps to do so. And obviously Leon and Goto have not pitted. I'm just wondering how long they will go on those hard tyres. They've both done them for 19 laps. Zen has just swapped on to the hards. And not hards, mediums. Yeah. Let's see. Oh. Pascal Nub here under pressure here from Zen. Zen going to try and power around the outside of the inside line for the chicane. No, not close enough. Pascal Nub able to defend P10 there from the VMV driver. And he's going to keep ahead. Mulder's all by himself. Got Sarushi and Luke Mills here. Squabbling over P7. Obviously, Sarushi doesn't even need to overtake. Well, if he does try to overtake, he needs to try and gap him by 3 seconds. We've got a diss all here, all by his lonesome. And we've got Banek and Lucas here right behind each other. As Goto is finally into the pits for his one and only stop. But looks like Leon stayed out. So it'll be interesting to see where Goto comes back out. I think he'll come out miles ahead of Luke Mills and Sarushi. I think, yeah. Yeah, he's going to come out just behind a diss, I think. So that's good to know. I think Lewis will probably come out behind those guys. As Zen picks up 3 seconds for track limit violations. So just Leon and Lennart have not picked up the pens. The top 2 in this race are the cleanest drivers so far. I'll be interested to see how quickly. Goto gets through these guys. As finally Bannock's making a move on Lucas, and here he goes up the inside for P3. Job done for Bannock into the podium spot. Both these do have, well, Bannock has 6 compared to Lucas's 3, so Bannock needs to try and get away from Lucas if he can. As I said, Goto is slowly closing down at this. Obviously, he's going to try and he will take a fast lap away from Lennart as well when he does his run. As when is Leon into the pits, and there's the answer. Into the box he comes. As Lucas and Ryan side by side, and Lucas getting back ahead of the QDR driver. So Leon, where is he going to come out behind? I think he's going to come out just ahead. Just ahead of Mills, Sarushi and Mulder. I think that's where he's going to come out. Just ahead of those guys. Because here comes Leon. And here comes Luke. Will Luke get him towards the chicane? No. Luke is just too far back. As Goto is all over the back of a diss. Hards versus the mediums. Going to try and go around the outside. Contact made between them. But it's just tire bang, but they're all good. As Mulder is in the wall. Not sure what's happened there. Maybe something has happened between himself and the McLaren. McLaren still has a full front wing, which is a shame. So now Goto will need to catch 8.5 seconds to Bannock and Lucas, as Mulder is just getting out of the way of the rest of the field. That's a shame. He's on a bit of a recovery drive after his AI, after he disconnected, so his AI took charge for a bit. Now see now, he's dropped to the back. He's going to have to pit to fix that wing damage. Oh, that's big. Lucas picking up another 3 seconds. So that's big for Bannock. So game on now for P2 in this race. And Bannock taking full advantage of it, straight ahead of the Red Bull driver into P2. As Leon picks up 3 seconds for track limits now. Just Lennart Deckers now without the 3 seconds. So it's just a singular driver now without the 3 seconds of pens in this race. The question is, will he get the 3 seconds by the end? As Mulder picks up 10 for speed in the pit lane and retires from the session and leaves the session, as Sarushi picks up 9 seconds of pens now. So it's literally game on here between these two There's massive gaps between everyone else, everywhere you look. Between the race leader and these two is 15 seconds. Between these two and Gotto, it's 6.5 seconds. Then Addis is a further 3 seconds back, who's then got Leon behind it, 3 seconds behind him. Luke Mills is 2.8 behind Leon. Shushi is 5 seconds behind Luke. And then Zen is 8 seconds behind Shushi. And then the Valaris, not the Valaris, the HLR boys in 11th and 10th. So I don't know why Mulder retired with so little left in this race. He might as well just carried on to pick up some points for IRT. So obviously with a double DNF for IRT, as here goes Lucas ahead of Banek. As they are squabbling away here on lap 33 of 29. As these guys, as the only two really squabbling away at anything. But they seem to be struggling with their tyres, because I've seen both of them wobble around a bit. They've both been on their tyres for 16 laps, and they've got six to go in this race. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Oh, that was Lucas just clattering the wall there. I think Ryan also clattered the wall. So right now FST are on set for all points. Wow, Gotto and Leon actually never got anywhere near the fastest lap of the race. You would think with them being on the medium tyres they'd go even faster, but no. Not even beating some of the other drivers. So Leonard Decker's here, he's got fastest lap on those hard tyres. As Joe Mass picked up 3 seconds for track limits. So it looks like here that FST could take all the points except for Inter's pole, which goes to Luke Mills, he's in 7th. As Leon is getting past Addis now for P5. Obviously his teammate was non-existent. We should have had 16 drivers, but his teammate just never got in the lobby. Pinged him a couple times, but never got a response. As I say, Banek. This is the only close battle, really. Lucas and Banek have a P2 in this race. We've got just about 4 laps to go. Show pens. Yep, you got it, Robbie. There's your pens. So Lucas and Banek both have 6. Gotto, Leon, Addis and Luke all got 3. Sarushi has 9. Zen and Pascal both have 3. And Joe Mass has 6. The only person without a penalty is Lennart Deckers out in front, who is about 19 seconds ahead of these two, who is slowly being caught by Gotto. I'd even noticed this. Gotto is actually catching them up rather quickly. He was about, like I say, when he came out the pace, he was 8 seconds behind these guys. He is now 1.3 behind. But he's got 3 seconds compared to these guys supposed to have 6. So he doesn't even need to fight them. He just has to sit. If he just sits behind him, he gets P2 out of it. So Lucas and Banek are actually fighting over the last podium spot now, actually. Since Gotto's just gone over. And Banek's just picked up 9. Well, Banek can kiss that podium goodbye unless Lucas picks up another 3 seconds. So, because here's Gotto just behind these guys. So we'll go on board with Banek as he's in the middle of these 3. So, the all-elite racing driver, as Banek's just letting him through. Interesting. As Addis looks like he has spun it around at the banking hairpin of turn 12. And Gotto now right on the diffuser of Lucas ahead of him. It was very smart there from Banek just to let him through. With the 9 seconds, there's no point in him trying to fight. Realistically, Gotto doesn't need to fight at all, really. because I say both the drivers around him have pens where he only has 3 seconds, they have 6 and 9 respectively. But up the inside here of the second to last corner, tries to get to P2 but does not. Lucas holds on, as now we start in lap 27 of the 29. Will Goto go for it into turn 1, later on the brakes, up the inside of Lucas, now holds around the outside and gets ahead. Goto now into P2 in this race, ahead of Lucas and Bannock. But Goto has 3 seconds, Lucas has 6, and Bannock has 9. So, might be interesting to see if Bannock can get any of those pens removed. We'll have to wait and see if Lucas makes a mistake to re-gift Bannock that place, as Bannock's again trying his best to get past the WRL driver. Sorry, not the WRL driver. I keep thinking he's there because he's not. He's gone to FST. Like, I'm pretty sure he's the owner of WRL, so he's left his own team to join FST, and I don't know who he's left it to. But yeah, he's part of FST now, but obviously he's just not changed his name yet. But obviously he's bringing Goto's bringing him along for company, but still I think Lennart Deckers is just too quick. He's 23 seconds up the road, and with no pens, mine has not even been challenged. As these guys here are about to start the second to last lap. Like I say, Leonard's already on his second to last lap. As Shiroshi has caught up to a disc, because the disc has made one mistake at the hairpin. So Shiroshi would have a chance if the disc had more pens, but it's 9 versus 3. But Shiroshi ain't gonna lose P8 though, because Zen has 3 seconds pens and is 9 seconds back, but he's been just dropping back constantly. Let's see if Shiroshi can gap a disc in his last couple of laps, but it's not gonna happen. As we got a lovely helicopter shot here of Leonard Deckers just going through the track. Obviously Goto's got ahead of Lucas, well ahead, he's trying to break the 1 second to Lucas. Obviously I don't think that's going to happen, as Hafster's final left the session. As well, this is where, like, why stay in a session? Why retire if you stay in a session? Because final left session, as Lennart Deckers is starting final lap of this race. I heard someone just clatter a wall. Lucas also has broken in 1 second to Bannock, so I think Bannock's made a mistake somewhere. Has he still got the blue battery boost, Bannock? Yes, he has. Somehow he's still got it with being outside. Also, Leon is slowly catching him as well. Leon, oh crap! This is actually kind of big, because Leon's only got 3 seconds of pens. So Leon's got a good chance of taking the podium away from Lucas as well. So Lucas and Bannock might drop to 4th and 5th respectively because of the pens. Because here comes Leon, as Bannock has just dropped off the back of Lucas completely. As Leon here is going to see if he can try and get past Bannock. Obviously he is. Has he gone? Oh, he's come on. Oh, he's come out of set softs. Okay, so Joe Masters going for fastest lap of the race, as long as he does not get lapped by Deckers, who's right there behind him, as Leon is getting ahead of Ryan Bannock for P4. He's within the 3 seconds he needs to be within Lucas, but barely. Oh, Jesus Christ, Ryan with a massive clatter on the wall. How he's not broke his front wheel is ridiculous. But anyway, across the line now for Lennart Deckers to win this race in P1, ahead, 22 seconds ahead of this man. Goto is doing an alternate strategy, and it's paid off for him. He'll come around the final corner here to take P2 for All Elite Racing to hopefully give them a big chunk of points in the fight for second. And here comes Lucas. Coming on across around third, but will drop to fourth due to 6 seconds of penalty and taking third. Then Bannock in fifth. And I would just wait for Luke Mills, who seems to have run out of fuel. That'll be my explanation why he's ghosted. And now we wait for Shiroshi and this for P7 and 8. And I would just wait casually for Zen, who's actually run out of fuel himself as well. So Pascal Nub's gonna probably take him on the line. Will he get him on the line? Yes, he does. Pascal Nub gets him on the line due to Zen running out of fuel. So that's 2 people running out of fuel. Now, will Joe Mass take away fastest lap away from FST Deckers? I don't know. He's also got front wing damage. Trying to push so quick. He's coming around the last corner now. Will he take fastest lap away from the FST driver? No. No, he does not. But he's the last of the 15 finishers. So a very kind of uneventful race. Couple of collisions happened, but other than that, I think it's just penalties just killed a lot of people. But the only person that didn't have any penalties was Leonard Deckards. Led from start to finish pretty much and fastest lap. So he got pole, fastest laps. He pretty much took every single point possible by a single driver except for Inter's pole, which goes to Luke Mills. But then it is Gotto Leon in the other 2 podium spots. So big points for all the racing. But FST claims more points with Lucas in 4th, and then ahead of Bannock in 5th, and then Luke Mills 6th, then Adis Shiroshi, Pascal Nub, then Zen, and then Joe Master last of the finishers. And then the non-finishers are Mulder, Half Snow, Adam, and Lewis Morgan. So that is it then for the NA race. Obviously a bit disappointed, I think, there from a commentator's point of view, but that would be due to probably CSS also running their PC qualifiers today. That explains why a couple of teams were not in, and probably other teams had other events they also had on a Saturday. So just and plus, it probably doesn't help that it's just a mad ring and nobody likes doing it. But anyway, you can come back to see me tomorrow for the assist race at 6 PM UK. But without further ado, that is me done for today. I'm the Piney Penguin, and I'll see you next time for the assist race. Cheerio.